everyone. This is a very special show. It's completely different than anything we've ever done before because this is not my usual co host. And he's sitting right next to me, and we don't have a background, and it's just weird. But this is explaining the unexplainable, and you may actually hear dogs in this video. You might hear whistling. All kinds of things are happening right now. And we might even get our exorcist Bishop Joshua will possibly come in later onto the show. He had a emergency situation, so he's not going to be on today. So with all of that, or he might not be on today. With all of that said, I will introduce the person that is supposed to be on today. What is your name? Let's say,
Yes.
Joe Benedict. I was about to call you Joshua Benedict.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
So this is artist Joe Benedict. Sometimes they call you Joseph Lee Benedict. It just depends on who you are at the time, I suppose, right?
Yep.
So we're here. You're here as a guest tonight. And we have a couple of things to talk about. Several things, actually. We have we have your amazing exhibit, which is actually part of my exhibit in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our documentary, which is Shadows of the Desert, the Sacred Land of Arizona, which is out right now. And we're going to talk about that. And we have all kinds of things happening. So I just want to start right in. Why don't you tell people, in case people don't know who you are, could you just tell a little bit about what you're doing and who you are?
I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Joseph Lee Benedict. I've been blessed to be a official working artist, a gallery artist for about 30 years. Then also before that, I was doing theming in nightclubs and restaurants and things like that. So I've been working in the industry a long time doing amazing art. Now, in the last year and a half, we've built and started marketing an exhibit that will be leased out through the gardens, like the botanical gardens and things like that, and even museums and science centers and stuff. So moving to a new direction in the last year and a half and doing some amazing and fun stuff. And again, absolute magic's happening around that. So.
And we'll tell everybody what happened yesterday. We got something amazing happen.
Our first official contract we signed with it's the Flower Fields in Carlsbad, California. Just an amazing venue. And we're going to be leasing 3 of our pieces to them for 4 months early in 2027. It's very exciting, and they're great to work with, amazing people. And it's such a beautiful place, and we're so blessed to be able to place our 3 of our pieces there. So actually getting to build 2 specially for them. Very, very cool butterfly tree that I'm calling Kaleidoscope. I didn't know till recently a group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope. So I named the sculpture Kaleidoscope.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And so tell everyone about what makes your art different in our exhibit.
So the Beautiful Spirit interactive art is exactly that. It's interactive, meaning you can human-powered kinetics. You walk up and push levers or cranks and things like that, and then these big critters, big butterfly flaps its wing, or a dragonfly wings flap like a dragonfly's does, and the latest sculpture I did is Hummingbird, and she turned out so cool, so amazing. 7-foot wingspan on her, and again, her wings articulate like a hummingbirds do, where they flap forward and backwards, just like a hummingbird. So fun stuff, and it's just magical to watch people interact with these pieces, and that's what really makes us shine. It's so much fun to have that happen.
And where did we just go. We came back about 3 weeks ago.
So we introduced our exhibit to the American Public Gardens Association National Convention in San Francisco. It's the APGA conference. We, well, for lack of a better word, stole the show. There was so much excitement around Hummingbird, which her name is Iris, by the way. She just did everything and more than we hoped as creating excitement, up to and including we drove by the Carlsbad, the flower fields on the way home, and that's how this current contract got facilitated. They were able to see and look at it and make a decision very quickly after they got eyes on Iris the hummingbird.
Yeah, that was so fun too to go and drive by there.
Yeah.
And except for driving in LA, that
Oh, we got to spend 4 hours in LA traffic, so that's okay, I guess.
was not okay.
Yeah, we survived it. Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
like,
It was fun driving with the big sculpture in the back of the truck, though. Everybody was honking and giving us thumbs up, and just it helped make the trip better. Trip to LA a little bit better.
so with how was your experience, you think, at your very first that was the very first convention or anything we've ever done. So what did you think about that?
Well, again, the American Public Gardens Association is it's large. There's a major garden in almost every major city in the United States. So there was, uh, thousands of attendees, and they were all. There's some really fun stuff happening with the interaction with these executive officers of these gardens and some of the people that make the decisions on leases and everything. They were just very excited and had so much fun talking about the evolution of Beautiful Spirit Interactive Art and Iris.
And what one of the funnest things I think was like people would walk up to the exhibit, they're just, and it's not moving at that time. And so then, and I'll walk or Joe will go over there and say, well, here, look, here, you can do this. And then you start to make it move, and their eyes go like this, like that. Every single person.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I had to laugh. People will walk up and tentatively grab a hold of the handlebars, and then they'll start pumping it, and then that surprised child look. Whoa, how cool. So
Yeah.
it created a lot of excitement, and there's other contracts that are other venues that are interested in the exhibit now, because we introduced it to the garden industry, and it was just it was what everything we expected and more. So
yeah. And one of the things, what did you think about being in the big hotel? We got to stay in the top floor because when we got there, they offered us
an upgrade. So we decided to upgrade.
So that
we
was
did
pretty cool.
have to kind of scramble a little bit and just make it all happen, but we decided to go ahead and upgrade, and it was nice. They had a nice balcony, a nice view of the bay and stuff, and I thought that was great to be able to sit out there in the evening and look at the city lights and stuff. But I do have to say one thing. I love the country. I love where we're at. Our oasis is just special. We couldn't wait to get back home and get back and see our doggies and all that stuff. So it was a nice place to visit, but I'd rather be at the oasis.
Yeah, and thank goodness we had Mark was taking care of all the doggies and cats and goats.
The farm.
The farm.
Yep.
He has a funny way of saying all their names differently, so you never know. Like, what is he talking about? He'll put nicknames on things, so that was interesting.
Yeah, fun stuff. So.
But okay, so let's see. So now, so where is the exhibit at currently?
We have 4 pieces placed at the Arizona Sonoran Desert Museum. what a wonderful facility and the nicest people. I'm finding that the garden industry, there's just that seems to be the norm. Everybody's really sweet and nice and just easy to work with and talk to. But the Sonoran Desert Museum is just beautiful facility. They actually have two brand new mountain lion cubs they're just introducing to the public last couple of weeks and stuff. So yeah, our pieces, I've got the big butterfly, majestic is there, and then juniper, our dragonfly is there, and we also have Jaffa. Oh my goodness, the huge dragon of hearts. He's a big, well, he's 3 foot tall at the head, and he's just an amazing, fun, interactive piece of art too. And then there's Michael, the guardian of the garden. He's a huge bell that's this huge hawk. He's just, well, he's on our logo. That's the guy on our logo. So, and they have extended our stay at the Desert Museum through the end of the summer, which is fun. The other fun thing is we live 15, 20 minutes away from them, so we get to go quite often. We'll go have lunch at these amazing restaurants that they have and stuff out there, and get to hang with our pieces and watch the people interact. It's just it makes it all worthwhile to see the way people interact and have fun with these pieces. Fun stuff.
Yeah, and so you can go to our YouTube channel, which is My Beautiful sorry, there's two of them. So there's one, My Beautiful Spirit Productions, 501c3, and that was the original, and I have started another one that's called Beautiful Spirit Interactive Art. It's so hard to keep up with all of these channels that I seem to spend a lot more time on the original channel. Thank you, Stan, our great.
There's Michael and Magic.
Yes,
Majestic. Yeah.
Majestic. And so so that was our one of our what do we call that? Our promo. That's our promo. That's our logo.
Yeah,
that was our logo.
Yeah.
So, and so then we've got that YouTube channel. We've got two YouTube channels. We've got Facebook, so you can go on that. We've got Instagram. We're on TikTok. Am I on there a lot? I'm not on there every day, but I do have the channel and I do upload on there a lot. Joe is not much of a computer person, so I do that. In fact, he was telling me today that he hasn't turned on the computer in several months.
Do everything on my phone.
So he's doing good to do things like that. So that's really good. And so what is your hope and a dream? Now that we've got our very first, we have really worked hard for this. Our very first exhibit, at least that was our goal.
Yeah.
And we did it.
So it's been a pretty tough haul building this exhibit. I would have to do my other job. It's Caveman Fabrications. I've had that business for 20 years now, and I would have to work for like 6 weeks as a caveman to be able to do 2 weeks of work for the Beautiful Spirit. So
and that was hard.
Yeah, it just lots of hard work, but we now have the opportunity, and if things keep flowing like they are, to be funded better. These leases, they pay pretty good on the leases, and they will help to facilitate the rest of the build. Hummingbird Iris is the number 5 in the build, and I've got 6 and 7 on deck, if you want to call it that. And then we have 2 more that we're going to get to build for the flower fields, and that's very exciting. So our goal is to have 12 major pieces and 6 minor pieces. Now, the minor pieces are still impactful. They just don't take as long in the shop. They're still fun and exciting and interactive. But it takes, the better part of 3 weeks to a month on a major build and about 10 days on a minor build. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the 2 new that we have proposed to the flower fields that are amazing. They're so cool. One of them I would consider a major build, and the other one I would consider a minor build.
Nope.
But am I wrong?
That is not
So
correct.
they're
They're
both
all
major.
all major builds.
Okay.
They're all in stature. They're very tall, 9-10 feet tall. The intricacy of, for example, kaleidoscope, the butterfly tree, is going to take quite a bit of time. The other one's fun. It's a photo op with a dragonfly. It's going to look like it's going to be carrying a bench away. You're going to get to sit in the bench, and this huge dragonfly with an 8-foot wingspan is going to be right above you. So
it's cool. Too.
yeah. I haven't come up with a name for that one yet. In fact, we're still struggling with that quite a bit. Kaleidoscope was easy.
Yeah.
Just figured out, hey, that's a great name for one. But anyway, so no, all those will be major builds, and most of the time I'll be doing the major ones to, for lack of better words, get those done and get them ready. Now, we're hoping to have our first official lease in the summer. Not official, okay.
Second
Our
then.
full exhibit lease
Yeah.
in the summer of 2027. There's one gardens that are interested in leasing that in that time span.
So we're hoping.
Yeah. So the cool thing is most times these leases are either 3 months or 6 months, depending on what you negotiate and stuff. But so you get to deliver them and set them up, and they keep them for 3 months, and then you go pick them up and you take them to the next venue or take them back home, or however you want to do it. So lots of logistics in this business that we're diving into, but the rewards could be very great on multiple levels.
And you know what is really great is it's so fun, and their people are so nice. And when you go to the botanical gardens, see, I could be a perfect spokesperson for these botanical gardens, because I have noticed since I've been going there for the last year and a half, 2 years. Well, actually, we go to the Tucson Botanical Gardens because Joe does the whole light show, or well, not the whole light show, but he has been the top one for, this is the 4th year, 5th year, maybe.
Yeah.
How many years?
I think this is the 5th season,
Okay,
4 full
fifth
years,
season.
5th season. Yeah.
And talk about that since I brought it up.
Okay. Change of direction.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'll finish my thought.
yeah, go ahead.
I'll finish my thought. So we started going to the botanical gardens really then, and there, but you go at night. So, but just being there just makes you happy. And so then, since we've started doing these exhibits, it is a happy place, and everybody like forgets their problems, and they come to the botanical gardens, and they're in nature. So, and the zoos, I think this is a wonderful path that we are on, and it's actually very fun. And so now I finished my thought.
Yeah. So, agreed. Being in any of these gardens, I don't care if it's a large one in Chicago or anywhere, they're just amazing and so well kept and loved by the people that are working there. And it's just magic to be in these gardens. And Tucson Botanical Gardens is no different. There's just a beautiful facility. And so with the holiday lights, it's the Lights Up event every year. So you want me to tell the story? You want me to tell the story about?
Yes, sure, why not? We have time.
So
wait, let me tell Stan. He says, "Let me know when you want the pics loaded." So Stan, if you're still on, then maybe about in just like 5 minutes, we could load the last 2 pictures, please, if you're there.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. So I was approached by the executive director. Her name is Michelle, to facilitate this build that they're doing to upgrade their holiday lights. They went from 100,000 lights to over 1 million lights in this this Lights Up event. Okay, and I got to build at that time, was it 42 separate pieces for that. Huge 6-foot stars that they wrap lights on, these big pole Christmas light trees, and just multiple pieces. And then almost subsequently every year we do something cool for them to help upgrade that, including one of our favorites is the crescent moon.
Yeah.
It's a 9-foot crescent moon that you can literally sit in it. It's got a bench in there that you can sit in there, and it's all lit up, and it's so much fun. People just squeal with delight, and every person who comes through the holiday experience photographs it. So that has been photographed and shared all over the world, with something I created. Just fun stuff.
And so then you also did the Hacienda del Sol lights last year.
Yeah. So it was funny. The first year I didn't do. Last year was the first year I didn't do anything extra for Tucson Botanical Gardens, and sat down early October, and Mercedes asked me, Joe, what are you doing for Christmas this year? And at that moment, my phone dinged. It was a text from the owner of Hacienda del Sol asking if I was interested in doing the holiday lights for them. So I just looked at Mercedes.
Seconds after.
I'm doing this. Hacienda del Sol. So
see, that's how it works sometimes.
Yeah, it's magic. The higher you vibrate, the more magic just manifests for you. So that was a lot of fun. So
last year we had 2 events to go to, and let me just say, it sounds like Joe's so Christmassy. It's so Christmassy.
No,
but no,
not
every
Mr. Christmas.
year that I have known him, he waits till like 2 days before Christmas, and then he becomes, usually on Christmas Day, he would be Christmassy.
A couple days ahead, and I like to build all the Christmas presents. Yes. So I'm in the shop working like Santa's little elves as fast and as hard as I can the last couple of days.
But
me and Scrooge,
now,
yeah.
So now not only does he have to be Mr. Christmas, I was calling him Mr. Christmas, and we get to go to all kinds of events. We get to go to the big Christmas event at Tucson Botanical Garden every year. And then last year we got to go to the Hacienda del Sol too. So we had 2 Christmas big events, which is so fun for me. And so now you actually have a brand new Christmas light company. What did you get the name? What is that name I've named?
Yeah, Mercedes came up with this name, and I had to just laugh out loud whenever she said it. Jingle Bell Joe's Holiday Christmas Lights and Infrastructure. So Jingle Bell Joe's, I just loved it, and we even introduced that at the APGA, the American Public Garden Association conference, and that started a little bit of interest there too.
There was a lot of people. A lot of people said, "Don't bring that too," because when I'm like, "Why not?" Because this is gardens.
Yeah,
there are a lot of people are interested in the. One lady said there's so many lights at the gardens now that they're saying there's too many, so some of them are like everybody's doing lights, but
each garden pretty much does something for Christmas. It's one of their revenue sources, and so to help facilitate that is awesome. And I like don't necessarily want to design their Christmas lights for them, but I would love to build infrastructure, meaning the big stars or photo ops or any of that stuff. So fun stuff.
And so what happens at the Tucson Botanical Gardens, they have all these billions of lights. So he builds the infrastructure, and then they have all these people that are
an arborist
volunteers.
Crew. Yeah,
and an arborist.
Well, a full-blown arborist crew comes in starting in September and wraps all their trees.
It's amazing.
It's beautiful, amazing. And then they have dozens of volunteers that help. In general, there's always volunteers at these gardens, but they really step up to help make it all happen.
And we don't want to do those lights. So we just want to build the infrastructure.
It's a lot of work to put those together. But
you sure make really cool Christmas stuff. You really do.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
So now we've got that, and so we've got all of that on what? Where can people find out about that?
My Beautiful Spirit Interactive Art and My Beautiful Spirit Productions. So yeah.
And so then that's when you go to that site, you will find Jingle Bell Joe's. So it's on a page on Jingle Bell. So if you look up Jingle Bell Joe's, you can. Then I think it's Jingle Bell Joe's in,
Yeah.
infrastructure jingle. But as long as you put in Jingle Bell Joe's infrastructure and something, and then I
Mercedes.
know it.
Yeah.
I've got a thing right here too with
Yeah,
it.
we
I've
have
got
to
our
dig
little
it out. Yeah,
card.
a card there somewhere.
But yeah, you
yeah.
look up the other one. You look up Joe Benedict, Joseph Lee Benedict, and you're going to find all of that. So it doesn't matter. All roads lead to there. I don't know how I do all of this anyway because I've got like 5 zillion things to work on. And speaking of working on, you and I were part of something that is amazing that has happened. That it is actually out after all these years, and we survived a lot of stuff. And I created a documentary called Shadows of the Desert. It has officially been named Shadows of the Desert, the Sacred Land of Arizona. And it is out right now on Relay. And it's got 2 other streaming platforms it's just about to break out on. And so I think it's interesting. Joe remembers that time. It seems like so long ago now. But how many hours did you think I worked on that?
Not just hours, hundreds of hours, probably even thousands of hours on that alone. And it's magical in multiple ways. It is what we had to deal with on this property. Our oasis, which we dearly love, was, well, haunted as hell. It's haunted as hell. And man, I come stumbling in not knowing crap about the paranormal and stuff, and then lived here for several years and just got beat up by these unwanted energies. And then, so it's, well, it was a lot, and we have triumphed over it. We had shamans out here. We had just all these holy people trying to cleanse the land. They would be better for a short while, but until Reverend Bill Bean came out and did a deliverance. Not came out. It was via Skype at that time. Yeah.
3 Skype calls.
And
3 different ones.
I tell you that the single thing that resonated the most with me, and he said, Joe, you are the priest of the property and you have to take that on. So I have. Every evening I do my meditations and prayers out at my fire bowl. It's my special time to be quiet and to meditate and all this stuff. So I do my prayers of protection and call in all the angels to help us protect this property. And it has worked. We have a nice little bubble of happiness and bliss out here in the middle of this in the middle of the Sonoran Desert, which God bless it, we love. By the way, the Sonoran Desert, if you guys haven't seen or visited it, it will blow you away. What a beautiful part of the world is this Sonoran Desert. So,
and so I do some prayers and stuff with
yes,
you?
Yes. Well, we all do. Yeah, that's I'm just talking about my time at night. Yes, we both have to. Well,
I think we all do the Lord's Prayer. We started doing that and actually filmed that one day. And so what I would do with my camera, with my phone, I just go around filming every single thing, and it drives people nuts, but I would film everything and I just kept it. So when it came time to who's going to make the documentary, it had to be me. So that's what I just started piecing it together. And that was one of the things. Him and Mark and Tristan had just come in, and you can see them doing the Lord's Prayer, and they didn't even know I was filming them. And so
the scenario is to help keep the unwanted energies from attaching themselves to it and coming onto the property. At the property line, when we come driving in, we stop and we do the Lord's Prayer and then a short prayer for removing any and all unwanted energies. And then we also do it before we come into the house. So we get to say the Lord's Prayer a lot, but it's our direct connection with God. And that helps to keep this property magical. The oasis is a magic place in the middle of the desert here. So
It is, and the more study I do, the more I believe that it's because that we are continuing to do that, because there would be that, because we're continuing to do that, that it stays that way. But when we had other people living here, uh, they weren't wanting to follow those rules. So that's why it took three different exorcisms, because the last one actually came after the other people had moved away. God bless them. They just needed to have their own space. And that's when we were able to get that last one. And then you and I kept it up, continuing until today. And I
oh
think
yeah,
if we did not do it, it would be right back the way it was. Maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
This area where we live,
Yeah.
there is history here forever. We live about 400 yards from the Brawley Wash, which used to run most of the year, all year round, until the water was diverted for farming and
He,
stuff. So,
he said the same thing in the documentary.
yeah, okay, well,
He's so
I've
funny.
done it before, so yes.
But
So
yeah,
the-
that's
yeah,
true. It's so
and-
true.
But for it's they're saying now it's up to 12,000 years Native Americans have been farming right on this property. So
Yeah.
we've had Native Americans on this property for centuries, and then
And
there's
that's when the Spanish came.
there's
and
been atrocities
that's
all
what
across the
happened.
board. We did atrocities. They fought each other. There's been
Yeah.
a lot of blood spilled in this area, and I'm dare I say it, right on this property. So
Yeah.
um,
Then we found out later that there was a battle, and so it was a massacre, like right there,
Yeah,
like
it's
right
about
on our, right here
three-quarters of a
on our
mile.
land
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But they found a quarter of wherever that was.
It's about a half mile away. Yeah.
That's where they found all kinds of the arrowheads and stuff.
There was
and
one
bad
gentleman
stuff
who
happened there.
went there and in one afternoon found over 150 arrowheads. So there was a massive battle, just a couple of rocks
Yeah,
away from
and
us.
he
Yeah,
is Floyd is Floyd Stewart.
that's
I think, yeah. So I'm just gonna say Floyd and Linda, because I have Kim Stewart. That's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah.
thinking. So Floyd and Linda are both in the documentary, and I just ran into her at work and started talking about this, and she said that she knew all about it, and so that's how we met them. And they actually had lived here and experienced, so they got to be in the documentary. And oh my goodness! And so
yeah,
it's
we
amazing.
could go on and on
Oh.
about the negativity that happened on this property, but I don't like dwelling on negative stuff. I like to go ahead and flip it, go to the good stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Fast forward to
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
But Joe, we do have a documentary
Yeah,
out, so
yes,
I
yeah.
have to talk about it. It's hard. I know it is hard to go through all of it and think about it, yeah. But we have to also share that there were and are UFO sightings here and mysterious things in the sky. And that is what we discuss when we bring in people that talk about, Joe's talking about the mysterious things in the sky. We've got the missile silos that we are surrounded by and how those are connected. We are in the middle of 5 different historic major spiritual sites. And not only that, but in the documentary, I do talk about that we really are on a Hohokam site, which all these years nobody said, oh no, there's no Hohokam village there. But I was seeing them. A lot of people were seeing spirits. And at the last year, as we were getting the documentary finished, as I was getting it finished, I found out that there was a Hohokam village here. I found the legal documents on it. And now that it's out, I can literally share that, and you can watch it in the documentary. it was covered up by the missile silo.
Yeah.
So
She
the
touched on,
spirits,
touched on, there's 5 sacred Native American sites, all about, I don't know, about 5 or 7 mile radius around
yes,
us. And you draw lines through all those places.
it's called a geomap.
That's what it's called. It just crosses
Boop.
right over our property.
We are
We're
right in
dead
it.
center of that. So it's
Big deal.
it's a big deal. Yes.
And I didn't know that it was the head of tourism, that she wanted to bring all these people out here. And we're like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
We're right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But she's the one who showed us this map and said,
Yeah.
look, Mercedes and Joe, this is your property.
Yeah. There's again, I'm outside at dark pretty much every night, and there is some fun stuff in the skies out there. I've got at least 5 for sure UFO sightings.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could talk about that in another episode if we want. But
Yeah. And Floyd was
Yeah.
seeing the same ones at different periods of time because they lived here a long time ago. So Joe was telling him what he was seeing. He was like, yeah, that's exactly. So this isn't anything that's just started. It's
Yeah.
here. And we have the water on the property that runs. We have, because that's how they did their water. Is under the ground. And it's like, that's where they would do riverways and waterways with a hohokam.
They would do channel the water from the Brawley Wash to irrigate the fields and stuff. So those channels and stuff are probably just buried just underneath the ground. Our well is actually 400 feet deep, but I am convinced that we have a river running right underneath our property.
Yeah.
There's a string of trees, and even my dowsing has said that there's water close to the surface right there. And I'm thinking that the canals that they built for the Native Americans are still active in a way. They may be full of dirt and debris and stuff, but they're still channeling water and bringing water through under a property. Anyway, that's
yeah.
And
so now there's on Missing 411, they on different shows and different interviews, they are definitely talking about how they believe that the UFOs or the extraterrestrials travel through the water. And so this is something I have been saying since I've been seeing it. So I think we'll just go ahead and get off the subject now, but because we've covered it very well.
So watch the documentary.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah, it's available on multiple platforms.
And I like to say it's good one.
It is a great watch. It really is.
Cry at the end.
Yeah, it's an emotional roller coaster. So yeah, and it just tells our story and what's happened on the property.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good one. God won. We were told to leave this property.
Yes.
And we didn't. Yeah. When the pandemic hit, I was actually looking at properties, and then you couldn't leave.
Yeah.
No way you can leave during the pandemic. So we stayed. And here we are.
Yeah.
And now, because we follow God and we do our prayers, and we do our prayers every day and every night, and we kneel every single night. Bill said, kneel on your knees and say your prayers together as a couple. And that's that was in 2020 when we started to listen, 2021. And we've been doing that ever since.
It's made a big difference.
It connects us. Yeah. It makes us stronger. So I recommend that for couples that are feeling like they need to connect again. Put yourself and think of what we went through and know that there were simple things we did and made changes. And miracles happened.
Yes.
And dealt with the haunted house.
Yeah, something just popped up for me is how us humans, we get attacked so easily by the unwanted energies. They can influence us in so many different ways. And
Yeah.
if you're not conscious of them, you're going to have an entourage with you, and they wreak havoc on your life. So by doing your prayers of protection and cleansings and stuff, you can really help to shun all that negativity, get it away from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, um,
Really,
yeah,
very. I mean, that's what we were going through. We were, and you will see in the documentary my spirit drawings, and so you're like, what are these drawings? And it says what they are, but I would literally so connected to Joe that I'd be like, there's something wrong with Joe, and I would see an
We'd be
image.
driving down the interstate at 20 miles away, and she'd call me. You got an attachment on the back of your truck? I'm like, what?
But he had just gone to the gas station. He felt something had jumped on him at the gas station.
Yeah.
And then I'm picking it up because, like, when you are married, you are connected marriage wise, but God connects you are connected to that soul. His soul and my soul never leave each other. If he's at the grocery store, I am at the grocery store. My soul is with him. So that's how come I was able to pick up on all of these things. And I should write a book about that.
There's
Because people do not realize that. And so, but that's what happened. So, oh my goodness. So when I think about all that we've gone through, and I think about where we are today, and I'm very proud of you, Joe.
oh, I'm proud of you too, sweetheart.
I am. I'm very proud of you because, not only that, but we started the 501c3, and literally we started that because I wanted to help the animals, and we thought, well, we'll do I thought it was just being my music, and we'll, help as we rescue all these animals. We just got a little dove out there right now we rescued, and Joe just built this wonderful aviary for the little dove. And but then the art, God said something and just started moving this art to become what Joe made, and we use the 501c3. It works for art,
It fits
for
into
music,
our mission
wildlife.
statement very perfectly.
We didn't plan it. God planned it.
Yeah, you just put it out there, and the angels and God will just make things happen better than you could ever do them yourself. So
Exactly.
exciting stuff. There's God, so much. It's so magical. Again, back to the exhibit, seeing how it raises the vibration of people just coming into contact with them, and it just makes me shine and makes us shine. It's just so much fun.
And when you say shine, what do you mean?
Okay, shine. I like to think that my light shines very brightly. Our light shines very brightly. We have the ability to raise the vibration of people we come in contact with just by saying hi, being nice to them, however you want to do that.
Yeah.
So raising the vibration of people is my goal. Unconditional love is what I'm here for on this earth, this lifetime. And to have this exhibit that just raises people's vibrations.
And because joy and happiness and laughter, remember that list we had that one time where, like, everything above this line, which was joy, happiness, peace, la la la, all the good words, raises your vibration. But then you got the negative words like fear, despair, anger, sorrow, greed, envy, all of those words, and it changes your vibrational frequency just saying them. So what he's saying literally is about when people come there and they're so happy, and they're like watching their kids, and their kids are happy, and everybody's happy, it raises the vibration.
Well, for one, they're in these amazing gardens and settings. That's just, For us to get to place these amazing sculptures in these beautiful venues.
Amazing.
We're
place.
so so blessed, and it's coming to fruition. We've worked very hard to get to this point. And again, yesterday we signed the contract for our very first exhibit placement. Yes.
Yes. And I will say that it makes me feel good. Like before I went to San Francisco, Joe like looked at me several times and he goes, "You know, Mercedes, I couldn't have done this without you."
Very true.
And
Yeah.
Mark too.
Yeah.
And it's like because there's so many pieces that it's a real teamwork having to make all the media and all the and
Well,
then
the banners and posters and all of that.
Yeah.
That is way above my pay grade. And
so that was
Yeah.
very nice because I mean
Yeah.
Joe is amazing.
I can pretty much build anything in the shop, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, I just want to just bang my head against the wall pretty hard,
Yeah.
and I actually have.
I think I have a song. You say, "I want to bang my head."
Just bang my head.
I was
Yeah,
that for
forget the
Bowen.
actual lyrics of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on the fence. So there's some song we have a song. We actually went to the studio together. Not this one at home, but we went to a studio. It was called "Still on the Fence," and so you can find that on my YouTube channel. One of these days, I'll put it out. But Joe's actually you do really good. You sing on it, or you like talking, and you sing. So we both did that, and I made a little video. So it's "Still on the Fence." Really cute little song. And speaking of song, there is a Shadows of the Desert song that I wrote right after, just as I completed it, before it even went to distribution. So I got the whole song. I just started singing it with my guitar, and I recorded it here on our property. And so that song is not on the actual documentary. I wanted to keep it separate. But there's a song that plays at the end of the documentary that is the music to this song that has words that I wrote about all the spirits, and the good versus evil is in that song. And so, but it's a really neat outro for the documentary. I think it's beautiful because I caught it with this big hawk, and we believe that hawks are very important. In fact, so it flies all the way through the ending of the song. It's very specifically created that way. But Joe believes that his grandfather and his father visit him, and his dad did too. His father, when his dad passed away, there was a hawk. And what would your dad say?
So, Pops, God bless him, loved hawks, and I am 100% convinced that Dad visits me on a regular basis in the form of a hawk. I'll tell you one little instance that happened, and it's been a couple of years ago. I step out from my shop, and it was a windy day, and within about 20 feet is this beautiful hawk playing in the wind. He's got his nose just in the wind. He's hovering just right there. I could have tossed a pebble and hit him. And he's there for an extended period of time. Seemed like forever, but it's probably 15 or 20 seconds. But that, and just moving his wingtips just to stay positioned pretty much right above me. And then about that time, he literally looks down at me, cups his wings, and was 1,000 yards away just in a matter of seconds. So Dad visits me in the form of a hawk. I have hawks do very unusual things on a regular basis, and I just say, "Hi, Papa, love you, thank you, bless you." Now, Grandpa visits us or me in the form of a roadrunner. He loved the roadrunners. So I've had some interesting things happen with roadrunners. In fact, we ended up trying to rescue one that had this. Yeah, so I got to actually hold a wild roadrunner at one time. Wow.
They're amazing.
Wow. Beautiful. In fact, that's one of our builds for the exhibit. I want to do a roadrunner. So,
well, and what's interesting about roadrunners is I had found this picture of a roadrunner in flight, and I was like, that looks like
a phoenix.
The phoenix rising.
Yeah.
And so Joe saw it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So if you haven't, try to find. I don't know. I've never It's amazing. They do look like the
So
puppets.
when I build this interactive art piece, you're going to be looking at the top of a roadrunner from if you're above him, okay, and his wings will spread out, and then they'll spin out the feathers spin out from his wings, and it's just beautiful. It's just like the phoenix rising bird. So anyway,
Pretty
I just
cool.
can't wait to build that one again. That's a 4 or 5 down the road, but still, it's just a lot of very cool stuff. So another quick note with the exhibit, there's a real good chance we can do science centers and museums too. It can be in these national museums and things with this interactive art. I just never dreamt that something like that could materialize me as an artist for one, but to have the opportunities to be doing this and it to be seen by hundreds of thousands of people a year is just so exciting for us.
And with that said, I will say again that we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We do accept donations. I was joking slightly. I mean, when I first started this, I thought that everybody just donated to 501c3. That's not what happens.
No.
We've had three.
A total of 3, one substantial one, and a couple little high goes. Thank
No,
you.
they've been good.
Yeah,
A 3.
yeah.
And so I appreciate those people so much because
Yeah.
that really helped. But we do have a 501c3. If you do want a tax deductible, you want to do that, please. We have it
My
even set up
Beautiful
on
Spirit Productions.
it's set up on
yeah,
our website.
yeah.
And we would appreciate it because each one of those literally goes to help us create another thing. And this is what we've always said, but Joe and I really done it, or Joe mainly has done it all. But if you wanted to, it would be wonderful.
The invitation's open to you.
Yes.
So blessings to all of you, just in general. Thank you for being with us today. So
thank you for coming in, and we hope that Bishop Joshua is good in his family, and everybody is good, and they make it back safe to where they live. And we're sorry we missed him because he was the one that suggested you. He really likes this guy.
I love Joshua too.
And you missed his big intro because I kid him now, but he makes the most incredible intros. I'm not even like, here, just let me sit back. I can't even do that. You'll have to come back on in a couple of weeks again, okay? And then you can have your
whenever
intro.
you need me, I will be here.
So I just wanted you to shine.
Because
this is a big week.
It's an amazing week for Beautiful Spirit Productions, My Beautiful Spirit Interactive Art. Hallelujah.
And
Hallelujah.
What's so interesting, really quick, I know we've got like 2 minutes, but one thing I've noticed on this is all the things that I've been working on, whether it's books or my music or my documentary or this, that, and the other. Every time something is happening with Joe, like something like we get this exhibit. Well, then right before we do that, we went to the event. That was huge for us to do that. Something always happens that's with my stuff and your stuff at the same time.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence.
It's not like just
divine timing.
Yes,
divine timing, and God bless every single angel and divine creator and all of. Well, it's magic.
Yeah,
magic happening on so many different levels.
And everybody can have magic in their life.
The higher you vibrate, the more magic it is created for you. Just your connection with God and your faith in your God is paramount.
I was looking, you have blue in your head.
I know there's a light behind us. I got a little blue halo going on here. Yeah, I keep moving it. Yeah. So,
Wow.
Just God
Maybe
bless
he's-
you all.
yes.
Blessings to every single person on earth. Bless you all.
Oh, we should do a prayer together for in the show.
Okay. Which
Let's
one?
let's do our prayers that we do. This is what we do every single.
You want the whole thing?
Sure, why not? Well, not the whole thing, because that could take 15
yeah, it'll
minutes
take
or
us 10
longer.
minutes or so.
Let's just
So,
do our Lord's
Let's just
Prayer.
do the Lord's Prayer.
Okay.
Our Father,
Father,
who art in heaven,
hallowed
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Blessings to all.
Yes.
Love you all.
Thank you. Good night. This is Explaining the Unexplainable. We will be back again soon in another Bat Day, Bat Channel. Yeah. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Love you.